Howdy, Banger Pals. Blayne Smith welcoming you to another Overkill Reviews, Banger's weekly metal review show. Now, I know normally you see me, it means dark, heavy, obscure, but this week I'm bailing on all that and I'm just having a little bit of fun.
Hello, Evo Candivo! Running through the red light, fully fatigued, walked at that wire. Take the rest, you only live once.
Yes, we are getting another album from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. It's called Flight B741. It came out last Friday, August 9th on P Doom Records. So if you don't know, King Gizzard are absolutely mental. Formed in 2010, this Australian rock band has managed to maintain a stable lineup through all 26 of their albums. Yes, King Gizzard have put out 26 albums in 14 years. A band with a name this stupid isn't meant to be this good and prolific. And I'd be lying if I said I've dived into every single one. Anytime I have checked it on the boys, they tend to be making something pretty special, both in terms of quality and in not sounding like any of their other albums. So with a release schedule that makes Daniel Ek cream the jeans he's probably pairing with a blazer, can they keep it up? And what the hell does this one sound like? Let's find out. So the last 2 years were pretty wild for the Giz. In 2022 and 2023, they released 7 albums in total, and they were more cerebral records. This time, though, they've shut off their brains and just jammed out some 70s Southern rock and roll. Literally, they took 2 weeks of studio time and just showed up every day for work and played together like pals. And you can certainly hear it. You can't maintain this output with the same lineup unless you really like being around each other. I can't imagine how much FaceTime they have to have with each other in order to do what they do. This record mostly just sounds like a tribute to their friendship and some of the first music that got them stoked. Every song is just fun and light, which might be a turn off for the more strict, no having fun metal guys, but it's fine by me. Take a breather, dude. Have some fun. People will like you more. If you want a metal album with heavy topics, last year's Petro Dragon Apocalypse is still ripe for the listening. Though the positive vibes to the album is a bit of a trick, and if you listen closely to what they're saying, there's some Steely Dan influences in their dark sarcasm.
Shh, listen. Is that dark sarcasm? Nerds!
As a big Doobie Brothers fan, this record is just a nice little trip back to days of yore. Outside of a handful of tells, it really could have been plucked out of the time stream and dropped into our modern timeline. It's covered in harmonica and mellotron and just radiates warmth. The main thing tipping their hand that it's a modern project is that mid-tempo is about as slow as the record is ever going to dip, and since slow jams are the only thing I hate about 70s rock, I'm not actually mad. Sometimes switching off your brain and just having a good time is not a bad thing.
That's a good thing, not a bad thing.
That was a good thing, not a bad thing.
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
The biggest contributor to the good time 70s feel is the approach they took to vocals. This is an album they jammed out. Every song has parts that belong to different members, so they just all sing here. Every member makes significant vocal contributions to the record, and it results in this big, fun, all-in sing-along vibe. While we might be used to a little more aggressive gang vocals on this side of the rock genre continent, it doesn't make it any less fun to just have constant gang vocals, because everyone is having a blast, jumping in on a song. Oh, I love this part. Oh, no, I wrote this part. Oh, man, let me get in on that. Oh, I got an idea here. It also prevents the fatigue that sometimes sets in from hearing one person for 43 minutes straight, especially for a guy who mostly listens to death and black metal and just has harsh, indecipherable growls and shrieks in his ear all day. 6 different vocals on one record is very foreign to me, and I'm having a great time. This also leads to some pretty effective track closeouts because you can crescendo to a big bunch of people on the mic moment, and it's going to pay off every time. I'm actually surprised they don't lean on it more because listen to how great it turns out.
When you got it made. When you got it made. When you got it made. It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the tip of the iceberg. So put it on ice. You gotta put it on. You gotta put it on ice. You gotta put it on ice in a discontented winter. Let that cool air blow away your every care.
While obviously things are going to have a cohesive feel due to every track fitting a genre sound, it's still a record that's more driven by individual tracks than presenting a cohesive whole. Thankfully, there are absolutely standout songs, so that's not a problem. The thing starts really well with Mirage City into Antarctica, but it's in the middle that we really cook. We get a 1-2 punch of hog calling contest into single Le Risque. Now, Le Risque I played off the top, and when I first heard it on my stream, because as a reminder, I stream on twitch.tv/metal comedy every weekend on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. I research my Metal Monthly show, so you get to hear every album, every metal band releasing an album 1 month in the future. Come check it out, twitch.tv/metal comedy, Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Regardless, when I first heard the song, I got up dancing immediately and then replayed the video and tried to recreate the thing with just stuff I had lying around my house. It's crazy infectious from the opening bass line to the amazing vocal performances because basically everyone is hopping in on this thing. It's easily the best song on the album, which is both great because it rules, but a bit of a bummer because it's the single, so the best plot twist was spoiled in the trailer. Thankfully, it is paired with Hog Calling Contest, which certainly sounds like the Liz creating a theme song for a hog calling contest. It's the fastest track on the record. It's brimming with energy. This feels like a potential staple of live set lists to come and will be an absolute blast to catch live. Have a listen. Speaking of hog calling contests, this segue has nothing to do with them. Do you know we have a Patreon? Hey, we have a Patreon. The way we fund all this is by just asking you for a couple of bucks instead of asking a VPN to give us a bunch of money and then asking you to sign up for a VPN. It's the same ads on every YouTube video. If we all just pay creators we like a couple bucks, we can avoid it. So head on over our Patreon, give us a little bit of support if you can. If not, just, like, comment, subscribe, usual YouTube call to action nonsense. The issue that comes when you record in this manner, attempting to capture lightning in the bottle, is for a band like The Wiz, they absolutely can and did. But can you do it 10 times in a row in 2 weeks?
Here, help me get this plane on the ground. This plane is not gonna land.
Probably not. Now look, there's no straight up duds or anything on here. Every song is enjoyable, but the force of Hog Calling Contest and Le Risque aren't matched anywhere else on the album, making it a slightly bumpy flight.
He's crazy. Let's delay our flight.
I mean, you caught lightning in the bottle and then you put it next to some other bottles. They can be cool bottles, but that one's got fucking lightning in it. Why am I going to look at any of the other bottles?
Who is actually flying the aircraft?
The only song I felt let down by, though, was album closer Daily Blues. It's got a 7-minute and 43-second runtime, which isn't out of the ordinary for the band, but is 3 minutes longer than the longest track on this record. So I was thinking, oh shit, here we go. Big, huge, epic closeout. It's going to be loud, fast, and epic. Unfortunately, it's more of a short haul flight than an epic start to an adventure. Again, it's not bad, but I just really wanted them to put a stamp on things to close it out. It's a letdown more based on my expectations than anything else, but like that doesn't change the fact that I was looking for something and I didn't get it.
I'm 35,000 feet in the air, and I'm smarter than you!
Regardless, this record arrived at a perfect time for me. The summer's been a bit of a drag for releases. There's still been top quality stuff that's come out. It's the quantity that's been sorely lacking, especially in the party heavy metal and rock zone. In swoops King Gizzard with a fun, cool breeze of a record to answer my prayers. I normally prefer album experiences, but these guys have given us a boatload of those. So if they want to airdrop me a lighter package, that's a-okay by me. I can guarantee Hog Calling Contest and La Risk, plus its stellar music video. Make sure you watch that whole thing. Great job on that. These are going to be in my head for a long time, and I'm pretty happy about it. Is it my favorite King Gizzard record? No. Are these some of my favorite King Gizzard songs? Maybe. And that's why I'm giving it 4 out of 5 hog skulls. Give me some realistic hog skulls. Give me a actual photo of a hog skull. Put it down there. Bop, 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 bop. But of course, we're not done. We still have shout-outs for you. A week wouldn't be complete without a couple of extra records for you to grab. And do I have 2 records that fit with King Gizzard? Of course not. Do I have 2 records that I can tangentially tie to it because I just like them and think you should buy them? Of course. Up first, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. You know who's sort of a lizard wizard? Godzilla and other kaiju. So do you want a kaiju themed band? Oxygen Destroyer, Guardian of the Universe on Redefining Darkness came out on August 9th, and King Gizzard are some pretty smart, talented guys, and they decided to have some fun here. And speaking of smart, talented guys, having a little bit of a break and having some fun, Andrew Lee of Ripped to Shreds is back with his the hentai grind nonsense. Hokago Grind Time is releasing a new album. It's called Concertos of Kawaii-ness, Stealing John Chang's Ideas, a book by Andrew Lee. It's an independent release, of course. It comes out this Friday. Please support our boy, and that's what I got for you. I hope you had fun on this one. I'll be back with something significantly harsher next time I see you. Just a nice little summer vacation for us. See you later, gang.
Turn down this